Hello and welcome to an awesome review. And today we're looking at the SH Figuarts Son Goku by Bandai, and this is their first in the Dragon Ball SH Figuarts line, which I think is awesome. By Dragon Ball, I mean straight out Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super or anything, just Dragon Ball. And I gotta say, I really do like this figure. I think aesthetically he looks amazing. He looks like he does on the show. And I know a lot of people were complaining, saying he's too big, his head's too big, he doesn't scale well with the other figures. But I think, it's good on its own. It doesn't have to look, perfect next to an adult Goku because, well, I mean, really, when are you going to be doing adult Goku and Kid Goku? And really, it really matches the animation style of the earlier Dragon Ball episodes. This being more towards season 2 during the first tournament kind of saga. I don't really know what it's actually called. Is it just called the World Tournament Saga? I don't know. I don't remember. Because his original suit, his original gi, was blue, and I really do wish we had gotten that Goku. Nothing wrong with this one. I really like it, and I really like all the stuff he came with. I just kind of wish that we had gotten one with him in the blue gi, but maybe that'll come out. And if it does, it'll probably be an exclusive that I'll never be able to get because it'll probably be a whole bunch of money. That'll suck. But still, it would be awesome if we could get that somehow and not make it an exclusive. But anyways, quick look at the box. You can see it's your standard SH Figuarts box of, the newer variety. It's a little bit thicker because he does come with a nice amount of stuff. As you can see here, comes with the flying Nimbus. He comes with a stand, which is this most ridiculous rig on how you're going to do it. Comes with 7 pairs of hands, 3 faces, 2 tails, power pole, the actual power pole holstered, and the 4-star Dragon Ball. And yeah, so let's just go through the hands really quick so we can get that out of the way. Aside from the pair of fists that he comes with defaulted in the box, he has 2 power pole holding hands, which work really well. It's really tight, but it's not too tight to the point where you can't really do anything. You have to force it, but you can see it does hold on to it really well, which I do like. He comes with a pair of, you can, I guess, call them blasting hands. You can maybe say that they're solar flare hands. It is curved, so when they're on him, they are going outwards. So, just a heads up on that one. He comes with these more open hands. I want to say, like, young Goku doesn't really do energy beams, from what I remember, aside from Kamehameha. So, aside from like Kamehameha type hands, he could be pushing someone or something like that. He has these kind of karate chop hands, or you can use them as waving high hands. And his kind of signature, karate stance type hands right there. And yes, there is some alcohol ink on my hands, which is why they're red and blue. And his eye-poking hands, which is something Goku did a lot as a kid, is poke people in the eyes cheaply after doing rock, paper, scissors kind of in front of them. Here is one of his extra faces, which is the Goku smiling. There's no teeth. He's really happy. Here's him really happy with his eyes closed. And, of course, the face that he has on here, where he looks more like he's ready to fight, though he still looks happy. And let's be honest, Goku as a kid was happiest when he was fighting, so no surprise there. He comes with this tail, which you can kind of use to like have him hang on to stuff, which is pretty cool. And this tail back here, which is more curved, natural, just kind of floating there. And I will say the tail does tend to come off pretty easy, but you can. It does support his weight if you wanted him hanging using this tail, but it does pop off pretty easy when you're messing with him, so just a heads up on that. And of course, the flying Nimbus, which looks good. It does have some shading, so it's not just a big cloud of yellow, unlike the tail. The tail doesn't have any shading, but the tail does move. So, you can have it kind of whooshing sideways or whooshing upwards, whooshing downwards or whatever. It does have the 2 holes down here, so you can peg it in the stand, and another one so you can peg in this stand, so the Goku can be held on there. I'm just going to post a picture of it right now so you guys can see how it looks and how ridiculous that is. And yeah, it is cool though. It's a solid piece of plastic, and it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's heavy, but I mean it's not light. It weighs more than Goku for sure. You can feel it. And I feel like it should have just been hollow plastic. Normally I would say, yeah, solid plastic, that's awesome, but I think it would have saved the money and we could have maybe gotten another face or two or three because this thing is definitely heavy. And I would have really liked it if we had gotten like a neutral face for Goku, just because, all of them, his mouth is open. So like one where his mouth is closed and, smiling, kind of like that little smirk where he's like happy he's about to fight somebody. I think that would have been awesome. Oh, and before I forget, here is the 4-star Dragon Ball. Focuses. It's an alright piece. It's, nice and shiny, and apparently fits into the Shenron Figuarts display. There we go. But, mine has like these two little dots here. It looks like it has these kind of like scratch crack looking things going on. You can see where they cut it from the sprue and the molding on the bottom and the top. It's all right. It's nothing. It's not super fancy. Um, Better than what we got as kids when we got Dragon Ball figures and it came with those yellow ones with the painted stars. Though those were still pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I had mine to compare. It's here somewhere, but I actually don't remember exactly where I put it. So that kind of sucks. But anyways, uh, let's talk about his little power pole holding Sash thing. And there goes tail. I'm just gonna leave it off for the rest of the review because I'm not just gonna keep flying off. But yeah, the little thing here, I like it because you can plug in the end of the power pole. It comes with it already plugged in, but if you want him holding the actual power pole and don't want that piece there, it comes off. And I think that's awesome because, not every time this happens, this is an option. Like the Trunks from the Dragon Star line, he has his sword, but his sword doesn't unplug. That would have been awesome. Same thing for the Ninja Storm Power Rangers. They have the sword, they have their sheath, but you can't have both on because it just doesn't unplug. So I'm really happy about that. That was a great choice on their part. Put it on and take it off. All you do is unplug his head. There goes the Dragon Ball. And just slip it on and off. No big deal there. And you can see his head is kind of naturally leaning forward. And the little peg right here, it leans back. It does that kind of weird forward motion. Not motion, but, it's like it's leaned forward. So, it works. There's no issue with it. I just wanted to point that out. And, removing his head is that simple. Or removing his face is that simple. So, no big deal there. And changing his face plates. He does have a kind of different system on the arms here. And it's not really like anything fancy, but I do like it. And I hope that all the new Figuarts will be doing this because the Figuarts figures have been doing this for a while. And the newer Goku from the Dragon Star series is doing this, where the sleeve is kind of just in here and the arm is pegged in through the sleeve, and this doesn't really move. And I know some of you are thinking, well, that's going to stop his arm from going up, but not really. As you can see, his arm goes up, fine. There's nothing stopping it there. On the other ones, it does rock side to side, so this one is more of a solid piece, but it's still really similar to how they do it in the Figuarts standards. So I'm glad they're adopting that because this, as much as I like it, I'm not a fan of that happening. Like you can raise his hand even though his arm doesn't go up that much. You have to kind of wiggle this around, have it work around, and it can get annoying. I like this a lot better. Like I said, I'm hoping they stick with that. And yeah, so let's run through his articulation. You can kind of look up, not really too much. You can look down really, really well, especially with that neck moving right there. Is his neck moving? Actually, it's just his head moving. It's that little hinge right there. You push it too much, you can see his head does start to come off, but not really a big deal there. He can rock side to side on his head, can rotate his head. So, good movement there. Like I showed, his arm does go up a pretty good amount. He does have a swivel at the upper bicep. He does have that, I think it's a single jointed elbow right there. I mean, it is a single joint, but it has two ends to it, so I don't know what you want to call that, but it works perfectly fine. He does have your standard Figuarts peg system for the hands, so nothing new there. He can lean back a pretty good amount, and you can see he has a hinge right there, which I don't know if the other figures actually have that or it's just more visible on him, but it doesn't, detract from the fact that he can lean side to side because it is attached with a ball hinge, I want to say. He can, get all the movement there. He can rotate his body. So you can get movement up here separately from movement down here, which I think is awesome. His belt piece right here can move side to side, can move all the way around. So that's awesome. I don't like it when these pieces don't move. I like it when they can move because, then you can just have it sideways, move them away. I don't know. I like that it's like a kind of bonus thing. And you can see his belt does rock side to side. So you can rotate his belt if you wanted to. He does have the newer looking legs. You can see here he can move his leg out that much. He can kick forward a very, very good amount. And it doesn't really look too much like he's kicking sideways either, which I like. I mean, it is going out a little bit, but not too much. He can kick back a nice amount too. He does have that little elbow thing. It isn't the nicest thing. You can see that round thing there, but not that big of a deal, though. They do need to start doing what they do with the figures again. Those just do the knees perfectly, and they need to start doing that. He does have this hinge right here on the legs. He can move it forward and back, and he does have an ankle pivot there, and he does have a toe pivot there, which mine works better on this left foot than it does on the right foot. For some reason, it doesn't want to move too much on that one. Don't know why. Yeah, that's pretty much that. I mean, there's really not much else to say about this figure other than I do definitely recommend picking him up. He retails for around $50, $50 to $55, and he's out. I'm gonna have a link on for Amazon, though Amazon will be getting him a little bit later. For some reason, Amazon, to me, it looks like they have a habit of kind of selling Figuart figures like a month or two after, let's say, Big Bad Toy Store gets it or something like that. So if you want, you guys can check there. They're still on pre-order from as of today when I checked earlier, but who knows, maybe while you're watching this, they could have already got them in stock. Bluefin Distribution has, already started putting them out. In case anyone wants to know his height, he is at the top of his head, just under 4 inches, at the top of his hair, just under 5 inches. So just wanted to get that out of the way in case anyone's wondering. And yeah, that's pretty much my review on this Goku. He looks good. The uniform, his gi, everything looks nice. His symbol on the front and the back from the turtle is really good. And yeah, not really much else to say. I will be doing a separate video on this diorama. It's not really 100% done. I don't know if it ever will be, because it's just like a lot of little things, little details that need to be done. Maybe in the future, I'll do something. But yeah, like I said, great figure. Definitely recommend him. He's not a web shop exclusive, so he should be around for a while, which is a good thing because, web shop exclusives tend to sell out pretty fast most of the time and then go up in price. So he should kind of retain his $50 retail price in case you're kind of like, well, I want him, but there's other stuff I want to get. Then, you definitely have time to get him. I wouldn't wait more than a year, but you definitely have time to get him if you want to wait just a little bit. But that is pretty much that. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff. And yeah, he really is just as good as, the other Figuarts, which, by the way, I'm completely forgetting right now. I'm just like thinking about it. The other Figuarts, I'm thinking, he is just as good as them. So I so forgot. Let's get him to stand here really quick. A quick size comparison with the Super Saiyan God Goku right here. You can see why people kind of are like, oh, he's not in great scale, because yeah, his head is pretty big, especially compared to Goku right here, who's standing a little bit weird. But height wise and everything, it's not bad. especially body wise, it's not bad. It's just his head's a little bit big, but uh, not really to me, anyways, a big deal. So you can see, height wise there, it's pretty good. Height wise, let's see if I can get the Spider-Man down. Uh, Sorry for a cut. That took me a little bit longer than I thought it would, but there he is next to a Marvel Legends Spider-Man. You can see here again, definitely a lot shorter. Kind of more or less fits in. I mean, yeah, his head is big, but I kind of expect that. I mean, imagine how small his head would be with the body and everything. It would be a little bit weird. His body would be smaller, the whole figure would be a lot smaller. I guess we might have gone more accessories, but again, I think he's a great size. I really like it. And I mean, really, if do you want a Goku the size of Mickey here? I mean, I guess I wouldn't be bad, but it would be kind of funny to see a Goku that size, maybe in the blue gi, because like I said, this is a little bit of an older Goku compared to that one, since it's about I wouldn't say a year, but yeah, about a year after the end of the first season. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the review once again. Thanks for watching. Check out the pictures at the end, and yeah, see you guys later.